Sure. Hello, everyone. Um, well, I want to talk about something. I want to talk about ambitious entertainment and Malome Vector. You know, for sure, most of you have heard the issue that they've been having lately. Vector released his song. You know, his second song under his new record label, The Whole Time Entertainment. And before he could release it, uh, Ambitious Entertainment released the same song but the other version of it few hours before that, and uh, that brought a whole lot of confusion. And Vector started saying that don't mind the bitter eggs and everything. And uh, the argument of Ambitious Entertainment here that is that this guy still owes them, you know, which is pretty reasonable for most of you who do not know how record labels work. Uh, Record labels invest their own money in their artists. An artist does not bring money to the record label, you know, but rather the record label takes its own money and invests it in an artist. So that means, in one way or the other, if ever the artist wants to leave, he will always be owing them in one way or the other because they've been promoting him, they've been paying his rent and everything. Because normally you find that these artists, when they come, they are broke, so they're given a signing fees, yeah, some sort of a signing fee that when you join that, these people will give you maybe 1 million, so that at least you look presentable and you stay in a presentable place, everything. And at least you can afford yourself. You don't look like because you're now a public person, so you have to look somewhat presentable, wear design and everything. Those things don't come cheap. As a new artist, you can't just live in that life of you know of flashing and everything. You need a record label for that. And when you leave them, you leave your record label, you have to make sure that you have settled whatever the money that you guys will owe each other. You have to make sure that you have settled that amount, or you discuss on how you're going to pay that money after leaving them, maybe in installments or whatever the way. Okay. The other view is that if you leave and they still own part of your music, they will use that music to cover for the what, to cover the costs that you have incurred whilst you with them, all the money that they spent with you. Like in the case of Ambitious, they can use the songs of Vector which are on YouTube, because those songs which are on YouTube, they are not under Vector's channel, they are under the channel of Ambitious. So all the income that is generated by what that channel, and has been generated specifically by Vector songs, they can use that money to pay themselves, you see. Besides that, the thing with those videos, the money they make is generational, meaning even after they've already covered the money that Vector owes them, those videos will still continue making money. And now, whose money will it be after that? Because music is still Vector's music, and at the same time, the rights, in one way or the other, they are still the rights of the company that pushed for the song. A record label helps with production and everything. Yeah. I just want to give you a clearer understanding of how record labels work, and I'm going to make you listen to an audio of Penuel the Black Pen on YouTube, where he explains uh, how record labels work, so that more people are educated. Because now you see many people being worked up trying to defend Vector without knowing the whole situation of how record labels work. And after listening to this video, you you stop getting hyped up on this whole thing. You'll realize that uh, the guy, if he still owes these guys some money, he will have to settle it, because you don't know how much they gave him when he started. Maybe they gave it 2 million. They gave him 2 million whatsoever, so that he can get himself, established and everything. And you don't know how much money he was able to pay them during the time he was with them. And that says to you and I that we shouldn't go to conclusions, say hands off Vector, hands off Vector, or at least you don't have all those details, because only Vector and Ambitiouz can tell us if ever Vector was able to uh, pay all those costs. If he hasn't, I like Vector, I listen to him a lot, you know, even though he's not my favorite artist. He's one of my favorite artists. My favorite artist uh, right now is Stana. I like Stana a lot. Yeah. So I'm going to play with this video. Then from there, you tell which side. You'll get to understand how music industry works. You know, without so that will make you remove all the biases that you do have, so that you understand this in a more broader and clearer way. Sure, let me start now this video that I'm playing. Okay, for it's going to be audio too, but to me it's a video because it's on YouTube.
How record labels work by King Penuel on the 6th of May 2020. Talent is never enough. Talent is never enough. There's a high chance you can make better burgers than McDonald's, but can you build a better business? Many young kids can rap way better than El Tito and can sing much better than Ulira. But why aren't they bigger artists? Most people don't understand the music business. The music business. Did you notice the business? Let me tell you a fictional story. I inherit 10 million rand from my late father's estate. Oh boy, I'm rich. What can I invest in? Shares, forex trading, small businesses, unit trusts. But wait, I'm passionate about music. So let me start a record label. So I take 1 million rand. I hire office space for a year. I brand it. I set up social media pages, including YouTube, and I hire 4 kids to help me with admin. In the office, we set up a studio with state-of-the-art equipment. And because I'm forward-thinking, I buy my own film equipment so we can record our own videos and cut costs. Score. I then go out and find 8 talented kids. 3 rappers, 2 house DJs, 2 Afro-pop singers, and a rock star. Again, forward thinking. I budget 1 million rand for each of them. The remaining 1 million is for my living costs for 2 years till we rake the money in. Let me go back. I go out and I find 8 kids, 3 rappers, 2 house DJs, 2 Afro-pop singers, and a rock star. Each artist has a 1 million rand budget, which goes to the following: a second-hand Polo Vivo for 100,000, rent for a year for them at 100,000, producer beats, because you have to pay for beats for producers, 100,000 rand, studio staff and instrumentals, 100,000 rand, marketing material, 100,000 rand, payola, payola bribes, that we pay to get music on the air, 50,000 Rand. And then a budget for 3 music videos at 150,000 Rand. That's 50,000 Rand per music video. Groceries and fuel, 100,000 Rand. And then a salary for the artist at 200,000 Rand. Out of the 8 artists, luckily all 8 of them release an album, which is unheard of in the first 2 years. With the albums, we get gigs, and the income, which is the album sales and the gigs, look as follows. First rapper makes 50,000 Rand. Second rapper, 250,000 Rand. The third rapper makes 900,000 Rand. The one house DJ makes 200,000. The other house DJs makes 1.5 million Rand. One Afro pop artist makes 500,000. The other Afro pop artist makes 800,000. And the fucking rock star makes 3 million Rand. Total income, 7.2 million Rand from the 8 artists. Remember, I'd invested 1 million Rand in each of them. They've made me 7.2. 8 million investment, 7.2 million Rand made. The agreement with all the artists was that they get 20% of all album sales and gigs. So 1.44 million Rand goes to them, and I keep the balance, which is 5.56 million Rand. The rockstar finds out that he made 3 million, but he only got to keep 200,000 Rand of the upfront budget and 600,000 Rand, which is 20% of the income. That's 800,000 out of 3 million Rand. The rockstar loses their shit and they obviously rush to the newspapers. I've been fucking robbed. They tell the papers that they get a measly 16,000 Rand salary per month and that they were cheated into only 20%. And because I'm a fucking shark of a label owner, I kept the entire 2.4 million Rand balance. That's the story they tell the newspapers. No mention of the free rent, the free car, the groceries and the fuel, nor do they have any idea how much it cost to produce their album and to take them to gigs. I have 5.5 million Rand in my pocket. In my head, I've made a loss because I invested 8 million Rand into these 8 artists, plus a further 1 million Rand into my label. That's 9 million Rand. So that's a loss of 3.5 million Rand. A new cycle is now coming up, of course, and I still need to pay office and studio rent. I need to pay my staff of the 4 kids that do the admin. I need to put money into new artists or the same artists. I need to pay bribes, which is the payola, their new videos and other promos. The rockstar wants a better car. They want their own house. They want better outsourced videos now. No longer do they want in-house videos. They want private studio time elsewhere. They want a greater percentage cut of income. Otherwise, they're fucking walking. The house DJ who made 1.5 million and the rapper who made 900,000 are also demanding the same. And they don't give 2 shits about my expenses, my investment in them, and the risks. How many weak artists has Ambitiouz Records label invested in? How many has Mabala Noise invested in, or TS Records, or YMCMB? When you invest in 10 artists, you hope at least one of them will make enough money for all the other flops and the other losses. Yet that one artist, that Zahara or that Nasty C or that MT or that Drake, will claim you're exploiting them and want more money, with zero regard for your entire business, the music business. So before attacking record label owners, let's try and get an understanding of the entire label and how it's running its affairs. Many labels run at a loss and close down, yet not one artist sheds a tear or helps them to revive the business. Very, very important. Very important to understand the music business. Penuel, the Black Pen.
So, you have heard for yourself. Now it's up to you to make your own judgment regarding this whole Ambitiouz Entertainment Vector issue, you know, and stop getting yourself so hyped up in what in things that you don't even have what the ins and outs of it. You know, music business is quite challenging, so you have to think of this company and the money that is invested in this person and whether this person has paid them or not before going all and shouting, hey, hands off Vector, hands off Vector. I like Vector, but I have to be realistic on this one. Okay, I have to be realistic, and I'm also expecting the same from you guys who are watching this video. Be realistic. This is how records label work. you know, and they're not gonna change the way they work. You just have to adjust yourself, your understanding to this reality which is on the ground, and stop letting artists to work on your emotions. Tada! Sure, please subscribe.